Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a nifty return there all the way.
In the course of a game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. To the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Love looking to throw it. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Jacobs going to try the middle. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. To throw now. Here's Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Love from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Love. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Here's Hurts to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. Look at the big fella go. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 52 yards. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Saquon Barkley, 30 yards. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Love now. Now this aired out deep for Reed. And this one is incomplete.
As we've seen, their first two drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Again, it's Love. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Love. Eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And that is incomplete here.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Working out of the gun. Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or two short. On 4th down, Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On play action. Love to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Able to find his man, Kraft. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft from 10 yards out. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Throwing. Love. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Love. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
To the air again, Love. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Going back to Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because
to the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
You and I have talked about adjustments so many times during games. Remember, it's really series to series. But coming out after the half, that's a big opportunity, a big time to come out and make one of those plays that can change a game.
Yeah, first play of the 3rd quarter. So offensively, you think of adjustments, but right defensively, maybe you're playing a hunch. You have an adjustment to make.
Yeah, I think sometimes they have that special in there. They've run this type of play all in the first half. If you see it, go get it.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going right back to Dotson. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Loose inside the 30. inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 68 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glenn Allen's the one trying to chase him.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Love looking to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. To throw now, here's Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Here's Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers! Romeo Dobbs, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Love. That's complete to Wicks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. Play action this time with Love. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Drops this one down to Gainwell. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll get this underneath. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
Hey, he was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Lucas Van Ness, his 2nd sack of the night. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Right, offense, keep pushing the ball downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw again. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Back to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 3rd and 10. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now whistles here, and they might have been a little too fired up to go after the punter. On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. This is 1st and 10.
Let's make some good plays today, all right?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to Brown. And they work this way upfield across the 45. Well, this was a fun one today.